You know, the generals, the colonels, the commanders that I work with, they know the wages of war, and they're actually pretty thoughtful about it. And typically in the Situation Room, they're the ones who are like, well, before we go half-cocked on something, let's really think about this, because this is what would be involved, and they have seen what's involved, because most of them are people who were fighting in Iraq and fighting in Afghanistan, and they know how hard these environments are, and that no matter how good our intentions, a lot of times it can go haywire. Having said all that, it turns out that as flawed as sometimes our foreign policy can be, or whatever blind spots we have, we really are the indispensable nation. I mean, if there is a typhoon that wipes out someplace in Southeast Asia, our military is the only organization that has the infrastructure to help those folks quickly. When Ebola came out, we actually had to build the platform whereby everybody else could even think about bringing their doctors and nurses in. And I can tell you, setting aside our military power, there's not an international meeting I go to in which, if we weren't sitting at the table, nothing would get done. And when you've got a bunch of authoritarian governments out there and a creeping authoritarian impulse around the world, we also are the ones who are pushing back most effectively, imperfectly, but most effectively, against locking up journalists and killing human rights activists and making sure that poor people get food and dealing with public health crises.